Welcome back, everybody, to another deep dive. This time, we're going to get into something I think is really cool.
Yeah.
Taxidermy, and more specifically,
Yeah.
how to really crush it
Right.
in your taxidermy interview.
Nice.
I think this is really cool because it combines
Mm-hmm.
art science and really,
It's an ashen.
this respect for nature and animals.
Absolutely.
So we are lucky enough to have some awesome resources from RoleCatcher that are going to guide us through this deep dive today.
Yeah.
We've got their Taxidermist Career Guide.
Of course.
We've got their sample interview questions.
Mm-hmm.
And we're also going to take a look at their really cool AI tools.
Ah.
So if you're ready to learn how to bring the beauty of the natural world to life through taxidermy,
Let's do it.
let's get started.
Yeah.
So one of the first questions that you're likely to encounter in an interview
Mm-hmm.
is, what inspired you to become a taxidermist?
That's a good.
And I feel like a lot of people kind of get tripped up on this
Uh-huh.
because they're not really sure,
Yeah.
what the interviewer is looking for.
Well, they want to see the passion,
Yeah.
Why taxidermy? Why not
Right.
something else?
Exactly. And, just going beyond the
Right.
skills and the kind of the qualifications
think
that you've
that's-
picked up. And more like, what is your story?
What's your story? Yeah.
What is your taxidermy origin story?
Totally.
Was it a childhood visit to a natural history museum?
Could be.
Was it a fascination with a
Uh.
particular animal?
a mentor?
Did you have a mentor that kind
Yeah.
of brought you into this world?
For sure.
And I think that that's what they're trying to tease out of you with this question.
Absolutely. And you know what's cool? You can actually refine this narrative
Oh.
using RoleCatcher's AI.
Oh, wow.
You can get feedback on things like clarity, conciseness,
Mm,
and how well your answer aligns with the specific job description.
that is so cool.
It's like having a personal coach,
Yeah.
but in your pocket.
Yeah.
So
AI coach.
let's move on to another question.
Okay.
This one kind of dives into the heart of the craft.
Okay.
What are the key skills and qualities
Hmm.
required to be a successful taxidermist?
Okay. So
This is a good one.
this is where you really show them that balance,
Yeah. Mhm.
between those technical skills that you have
For sure.
and the artistry.
Right.
So you need to understand anatomy,
Absolutely.
preservation techniques,
Yep.
mounting methods, but you also need to be,
You got to have that eye for detail.
that eye for detail, that patience
Patience,
that
artistry,
artistry.
touch,
to bring it to life.
to really bring those creations to life.
Because it's not just recreating the animal.
Right.
You're recreating a moment
Yeah.
in time.
And I think, speaking of capturing that essence,
Mm-hmm.
one of the things that I found surprising
Oh, yeah.
about taxidermy
Was the importance of chemistry.
is huge.
Yeah.
Right.
So you have to have a good background in chemistry
Absolutely.
to understand the reactions involved in
Mhm.
preservation.
The different chemicals, how
Yeah.
they impact longevity,
Right.
tanning, preparing hides.
Like it's a whole
It's a science.
science.
Absolutely.
So that was a cool connection that I didn't really think about before.
Yeah, I think a lot of people don't realize that
Yeah.
it's super important.
It is really fascinating how science and art really do intertwine
Mm-hmm.
in this field.
Totally.
Now, I think, another really important question that's becoming more and more important in the
Mhm.
taxidermy world is
Yeah,
how do you ensure your taxidermy pieces are ethically and legally sourced?
that's a big one.
It is a big one.
Yeah, it's non-negotiable.
Absolutely.
You need to know the regulations that permits the responsible practices.
And it's not just about knowing the laws.
Right.
It's really about,
It's about that commitment.
showcasing your commitment
Yeah,
to ethical
Oh.
sourcing.
100%.
So are you working with reputable suppliers?
Mm-hmm.
Do you understand the impact on
Yeah.
wild populations?
I want to know you're not just skilled,
Right.
but also responsible.
Yeah. Conscientious.
Exactly.
So let's move on now to a question
Well-
that dives into your process a little bit more.
All right.
So how do you approach
Mm-hmm.
a new taxidermy project?
This is where you walk them through
Yeah.
your step-by-step approach.
So think about
Yeah.
those key stages.
Mm-hmm.
Initial research specimen preparation,
Yeah.
mounting, finishing, presentation,
Yep. All of that.
all of that.
Every step.
Every single step, and
Yeah.
each step requires those
Mhm.
specific skills
The attention to detail.
and that attention to detail.
Yeah. And they might follow up with something like,
Okay.
can you describe a particularly challenging project
Okay.
and how you overcame those difficulties?
Right. So this is where you get to show them
Mm-hmm.
your problem-solving skills.
Just right.
So maybe it was a complex pose
Mm-hmm.
or a delicate specimen
Right.
or maybe even a tight deadline.
Could be.
But walk them through that thought process that you went through.
Yeah, what were the obstacles?
Yeah, what were the obstacles?
How
And
does
then
it
how
occur?
did you get to that
Yeah,
successful outcome?
exactly.
So you really have to show them that resilience, adaptability, and that commitment
Yeah,
to delivering
exceptional results.
those exceptional results.
Now let's talk about staying at the forefront
Okay.
of this ever-evolving field.
It is constantly evolving.
How do you stay up to date with
Yeah.
new taxidermy techniques and innovations?
So this is where you show them that you are passionate about
That you love learning.
continuous learning.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
Mention those workshops,
Yeah.
conferences, online forums.
yeah. And, you know, even industry publications and journals.
All of that. All of that. That's how you stay in the know.
Yeah.
Show them you're not just keeping up.
Right.
You're actively trying to elevate your craft.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So speaking of elevating your craft,
Okay.
let's talk about those unique client requests. How would you handle a situation where a client has a difficult or unusual request?
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah. Communication is key here.
Right.
It's all about understanding their vision, but also setting realistic expectations.
Yeah.
You know, you might even say something like, I'd start by having a really in-depth conversation
Yeah.
with the client
Yeah.
to make sure we're both on the same page.
Yeah, because it's like you're balancing
Exactly.
their needs with your expertise and also staying true to
Those ethical
those
considerations.
ethical considerations.
For sure.
Now, before we move on to the career insights section,
Okay.
I want to touch on how RoleCatcher's AI can help tailor your answers
Oh, yeah.
to specific job roles.
This is cool.
Their platform actually lets you input the job description
Oh, wow.
and get feedback on how well your answers align with what they're looking for.
So it's really personalized to
Right.
each job.
It's an incredibly valuable tool.
Yeah.
It's going to make you stand out.
It's like a personalized guide
Absolutely.
to crafting those perfect interview responses.
I love that.
So are you ready to delve into the career path of a taxidermist
I am.
and discover those hidden gems of opportunity?
Let's go. Let's open up RoleCatcher's career guide
Okay.
and see what kind of career insights we can get
Got it.
that are really going to help you in the taxidermy world.
Yeah, I was looking through this, and one of the things that really stood out to me
Oh, yeah.
was the section on career stages.
Yeah.
And it's kind of like a roadmap,
Is.
you know, for your journey as a taxidermist.
Absolutely. It outlines the typical responsibilities, the
Yeah.
skills needed at each level,
So it takes you from
from entry-level assistant
entry level.
all the way to master taxidermist.
Wow. And they go,
And it has example profiles,
I
too,
saw,
so you
yeah.
can see how people have actually done this.
yeah, how those paths kind of evolve.
Exactly.
Now, what if you're interested in taxidermy, but you're also kind of drawn to
Yeah.
related fields,
Like what?
like museum curation or wildlife conservation?
You know what? RoleCatcher has a great tool for that.
They do.
It's called the Career Compass,
Okay.
and it lets you explore these adjacent career guides,
Oh, wow.
and it highlights those transferable skills.
So you can kind of see how they all connect.
Exactly. You might find a pathway you never even thought of.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And speaking of hidden gems,
Okay.
let's talk about the job market for taxidermists.
Right?
Now, the career guide does say that the field has a slower than average growth rate overall,
Okay.
but there's always opportunity,
Right.
right? You just got to know where to look.
And they highlight some of those niche markets.
Yeah, they talk
in the
about
career guide.
private collectors
Yeah.
who want those high-quality specialized pieces.
Right. And they're willing to pay for it,
Absolutely. They invest significantly.
which is cool.
I mean,
It is cool.
if you can find that niche,
Yeah, if you're passionate and you're
that's
good
the
at what
right
you
street
do,
craft,
you can make a really great living.
you can be successful.
Absolutely.
And I noticed also in the advancement section, they really emphasize networking.
Oh, yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, joining those taxidermy associations.
Going to those events.
Going to those events.
Putting yourself out there.
Meeting people.
Yeah.
Building those relationships.
Yeah, because you never know
You never know who you're going to meet.
where those connections are going to lead.
Right.
Now, let's circle back to those interview questions for
Yeah.
a minute.
All right.
And
Let's see.
there was one that I found particularly intriguing.
Oh, yeah.
How do you ensure your taxidermy pieces are of the highest quality and meet or exceed client expectations?
Oh, this is where you get to shine.
Yeah.
You're going to show them that you're committed to excellence, to meticulous craftsmanship.
And that you're dedicated to
Yeah.
client satisfaction.
100%.
And think about it like,
Think of it like,
you're not just creating art.
yeah,
You're preserving a memory,
right, a moment in time.
a moment in time. And that
It takes
takes
a level of care and precision
Yeah.
that goes above and beyond.
Right. And, don't be afraid to highlight awards or recognition that you've received
Oh, yeah, for sure.
for your work.
Absolutely, because
that shows them.
that speaks volumes
Yeah.
about your dedication to quality.
You can also mention any quality control measures that you have,
Yeah, how you solicit feedback.
how you solicit feedback. Yeah,
Right. It all shows that you're constantly
Yeah.
striving for improvement.
exactly.
Yeah.
Now, let's tackle a question that tests your ability to kind of think on your feet
Oh, I like these.
Yeah.
I like these ones.
and handle those unexpected situations.
Yeah. Yeah, we will.
So, can you describe a particularly challenging taxidermy project you've worked on
Okay.
and how you overcame the difficulties?
Oh, that's a good one.
So this is where you show them those problem-solving skills, that resilience.
Absolutely.
So choose a project
Right.
that really presented some unique obstacles,
Yeah.
whether it was, a complex pose,
Right.
a delicate specimen, a tight deadline,
Might be all three.
maybe all three, right?
Oh, man.
But really show them
Yeah.
how you analyzed the situation,
Yeah.
how you found resources, and came up with creative solutions
And got to that successful outcome.
to get to that successful outcome.
And be specific.
Visa specific.
Talk about the techniques, the tools you use.
The aha moment
Those aha moments.
that led to the breakthrough.
Because it shows that you can handle the pressure, that you can adapt,
Right.
and that you can emerge from that experience
Yeah.
with even more knowledge and skill.
Now, I don't want to forget to mention
Yeah,
RoleCatcher's AI can help
for sure.
with
Yeah.
this type of question.
Absolutely. Their video practice feature
Mm-hmm.
lets you record yourself answering those questions.
That's cool.
And you can get feedback,
So you can see how you look.
body language, your
Yeah.
tone,
Yeah.
everything.
It's like a virtual mock interview
It is.
with personalized insights.
It's awesome.
Now, let's shift gears
Okay.
to a question that highlights your commitment
Right.
to ethical practices
Give it to me.
and responsible sourcing.
Okay.
How do you ensure that your taxidermy pieces
Yeah.
are ethically and legally sourced?
Oh, this one's huge.
This is so important.
It's crucial.
You really have to emphasize
Yeah.
that you adhere
100%.
to all those local and national laws
All of them.
about acquisition and use of
Yeah.
animal specimens.
For sure.
Explain how you verify the source
Exactly.
of each animal,
Tell them where it came from.
making sure that it was obtained
Legally
legally.
and humanely.
This shows respect for the animal,
Yeah,
for the environment.
absolutely. And as we mentioned earlier, those modern trends in taxidermy
Right.
are all about minimizing impact on those wild populations.
Absolutely.
So highlight that you're aware
Yeah.
of these trends
And how you use them in your practice.
and how you're using them.
Yeah.
So are you using salvaged specimens?
Mm-hmm.
Are you working with ethical suppliers?
Are you looking at alternatives like
Yeah.
3D printing?
Yeah, that's so cool.
It is cool.
For endangered species.
It's amazing what they can do with that now.
It's really amazing.
You're showing that you're preserving
Yeah.
not just individual animals,
But the whole
ecosystem, the
ecosystem.
balance of nature.
Now let's wrap up this section.
Okay, a question
All right.
that reveals your passion for staying at the forefront of the field.
I love it.
How do you stay up to date
Mm-hmm.
with new taxidermy techniques and innovations?
This is where you show them
Yeah.
that you're not just content.
You're not just complacent.
You're a lifelong learner.
Yeah, you're a lifelong learner.
You want to be better.
You're always trying to improve.
Yes, exactly.
So talk about your involvement
Mm-hmm.
in those professional organizations.
Yeah, the ones that are mentioned in the RoleCatcher guide.
Yeah, going to those conferences, workshops, seminars, and even online resources.
Right.
There's so many.
Forums, the blogs,
Forums, blogs, websites,
the websites,
all dedicated
all taxidermy all the time.
to taxidermy.
That's what we love.
It's a whole world out there.
Man, there's a whole world.
So you really got to show them
You got to,
that you're
eager to learn.
eager to learn.
You're ready to grow.
You're going to grow.
Yeah.
And you're going to push the boundaries
Yes.
of what's possible
In
in
taxidermy.
taxidermy.
That's what it's all about.
So are you ready for those final insights and takeaways?
Let's
that
do
are going to
it.
send you into that interview with confidence
Yes.
and a wealth of knowledge.
Let's go.
Welcome back to the deep dive. We've gone over so much great stuff
We have.
about taxidermy, from those tough interview questions
Right.
to those career insights.
All those hidden gems.
Yeah, so let's bring it all together now.
Okay.
And really make sure that you feel confident and ready
Let's do it.
to ace that interview.
All right.
So remember, your passion for this field
Yes.
is your greatest asset.
That's it.
So you really want to let that shine through
Absolutely.
in your answers,
Yeah, your enthusiasm.
your enthusiasm.
Yeah, that genuine interest in preserving the beauty of the natural world.
It's almost like you're not just applying for a job. You're sharing.
It's more than a job.
Yeah. You're sharing your love
Yeah.
for this unique.
It's a unique art form.
Yeah. And speaking of sharing,
Okay.
let's talk about
Yeah.
one final question
Right. Yeah.
that I think can really make an impression.
Give it to me.
How would you describe the role of a taxidermist
Yeah.
to someone who's unfamiliar with the field?
Ooh, that's a good one.
Because you really have to
You gotta step
back from all those
technical details.
the details that we've been talking about.
Yeah.
Give them,
Paint the bigger picture.
paint that bigger picture.
What is taxidermy really about?
Like you're an ambassador
You are an ambassador.
for the craft.
Yeah.
So think about those key elements.
Right.
Preserving nature,
Honoring animals.
honoring animals,
Blending science and art.
bringing science and art together,
Yeah.
and creating those lasting tributes
Mm.
to the beauty of the natural world.
Absolutely. And you can even talk about the educational aspect, how taxidermy allows people to connect with animals that they might never encounter.
They might never see in the wild.
Exactly. You're sparking that curiosity
Right.
and appreciation
And appreciation.
for all those different life forms on Earth.
And you know what's cool?
What?
RoleCatcher's AI can help you refine this answer.
Yeah.
Make sure it's clear,
Concise.
tailored to your audience.
Tailored. Yeah. It's like having a personal speechwriter
Yeah.
to help craft that perfect elevator pitch for taxidermy.
I love it.
Now,
Yeah.
before we wrap up, let's revisit those key takeaways
Okay.
for acing that interview.
Give them to me.
Number one,
All right.
showcase your passion.
Yes. Let them see your enthusiasm
Yeah.
for the art,
That you're excited
for the science.
of taxidermy. Taxidermy.
Number two,
Number two,
highlight that balance between those technical skills
you got to have both.
and that artistic flair.
The technical and the artistry.
You're not just a craftsman, you're an artist
That's right.
with a deep understanding
Absolutely.
of all of it.
Yeah, the anatomy, the preservation techniques.
And then number three,
Emphasize ethical sourcing
yes, this is non-negotiable.
and your commitment
It's so
to
important.
those responsible practices.
Show them that you care about the animals,
Yeah.
the environment, the sustainability.
And finally,
And finally,
take advantage of those incredible AI tools
Yes.
on RoleCatcher.
use them.
Dive into those guides.
Practice your answers.
Practice your answers.
Use that feedback.
Use that feedback.
They're amazing.
It's like having a secret weapon
Absolutely.
in your interview arsenal.
You got this.
So that's it
That's a wrap.
for our taxidermy deep dive.
I hope you learned some stuff.
We hope you're feeling
That's some good takeaways.
inspired.
Prepared
Yes.
and ready
To go get that job.
to go out and get that dream job.
Absolutely.
Good luck with that interview.
You got this.
And remember,
Mm-hmm.
the beauty of the natural world
Yes.
is waiting to be brought to life.
Through your artistry.
Through your artistry
and your skill.
and your skill.
We'll see you next time.
See you on the next deep dive.